Good morning, everyone. It's Monday, September 7th. For a second, I completely lost track of the days because here we are. We're already in September. We are effectively, as of today, a full week coming up closer to the fall season. Customarily, the coin market generally picks up any other time of year. Now, this is no ordinary year. We're beginning to see a lot of things that were, I don't know, this market feels a lot like what it used to be in 2009 and in 2010. Silver and gold, of course, driving the collectibles market during that time, and it's doing the same thing now. Although we are in a little bit of a different stage as far as the economy is concerned. It's just all very strange and very interesting to talk about. So the Monday market report this week, of course, chronicles a lot of the modern coins that sold within the last 7 days, and all the listings are from great collections this week. Although Heritage Auctions has a signature auction this week, live from Dallas. All right, so that's going to be one of the bigger fall shows as we head into full swing fall. Stack's Bowers also has their, I guess, Collector's Choice is what I believe it's called. That's September 9th and 10th of this week. Go ahead and check it out. If you guys are looking for some marquee coins, we have a couple really nice auctions going on this week from Heritage and Stack's Bowers. Check it out. And I'm sure I'll probably do some sort of recap on this next week. But in any event, these upcoming shows might just begin to drive the market pre-holidays, as you can see on screen. I would anticipate stronger than normal sales. We've seen upticks of anywhere from 15 to 30% increases on a lot of the coins being sold. And I'm sure that a lot of the pre-1900 era of coins are going to pave the way for these two sales. So it should be interesting to kind of follow. I encourage you guys to check it out. So before I jump in, I also wanted to point out that later today, Labor Day, by the way, happy Labor Day, ladies and gentlemen, I will be announcing the 5 winners for the 150,000 subscriber giveaway. If you wanted to take advantage of that and get your entry in simply by commenting on the launch video that I did about 2 weeks ago, I want you guys to go ahead and check out that video if you haven't done so already. Again, there were probably maybe 12, 14 videos back, but it'll clearly say 150,000 subscriber event. So go ahead and check that out, and I look forward to seeing you, talking about it and announcing the winners later this afternoon. Should be a lot of fun. All right, so we're going to go ahead and jump into all of the realized sales coming from Great Collections. Of course, Great Collections does these wonderful auctions week in, week out. If you haven't done so already, check them out. GreatCollections.com, all one word, no spaces. And check out how they roll. It couldn't be easier to be not only a buyer of their material, but if you also needed to consign coins with them, okay, they are looking at that as well. And they've just been busy and selling a lot of prominent, not only collections, but they're also helping out with the sales of some recently broken up registry sets. So the first coin that we're going to talk about today, and we're going to go in ascending order from the lowest denomination to the highest, is going to be this 1994 Lincoln Memorial Cent. The grade is top-notch. NGC MidState 69 red. The moment I give you the price value of what this coin sold for, it's nice to know what the difference is as far as the multiplier between an NGC graded top pop coin and PCGS. So this one right here, it has no variety or error to speak of. This one sold for $956.25. Now, if this were a coin in PCGS plastic, that value probably would double, okay? And the big reason why is PCGS is kind of like the forebearer of a lot of the high-end registry sets, okay? And then, in addition, Their grading standards are a little bit more tighter, a little bit more strict than NGC and Annex, and that's where the big kind of like pricing difference will stem from. MidState 69 is nothing to sneeze at, that's for sure. But this one right here, $956.25 is the closing hammer for this 1994 Lincoln. Okay, so the next one that we have here, believe it or not, is one of my favorite varieties. Again, if it wasn't for the 69S DDO, this one right here would probably be the big one. It's a 1970S doubled die obverse. Of course, this only exists on the large date variety coin. It is also categorized as FS 101 in the Cherry Picker's Guide. And this one grades out NGC MidState 64 full red. Beautiful coin. You're going to see a lot of the strongest doubling on this coin on not only Liberty, but also the motto "In God We Trust," to a lesser extent on the date. Okay, the date is not as spectacular as the 69S, but this is a great one to look for. People usually overlook this particular date and variety, but it's a very, very desired coin. This one sold for $3,799.12. We see about 2 or 3 of these pop up in the auction circuit throughout a 12-month period. Okay, so we're shooting all the way back another 34 years to 1936. This is probably the date within the 1930s that's very plentiful to find in mid-state condition. This one right here is a Butte PCGS Mid-State 67 Plus full red. This is an obvious registry set addition to a collection. It is also CAC certified. This one sold for $1,125. All right, so there are quite a few of the top grade 1936s and 67 and 67 plus. So that keeps the prices at a very manageable level for this particular date and mint mark. Of course, it has no physical mint mark. It's a Philadelphia minted coin. Denver's and San Francisco's would be so much more valuable in the same grade. Okay, so for those of you that enjoy some of the marquee rarities within the Lincoln Cent series, look no further than the 1922 Plain. This one also features the strong reverse. It's one of 4 different reverse pairings that you could find for this particular coin. Keep in mind, Philadelphia never struck 1922 Lincoln cents. This is, in hindsight, a Denver minted coin. Call it just a clogged die or whatever the case is. But this coin right here has been embraced as being a super chase coin in a collection. Okay, if you need one, they're not cheap at all, even in some of the lowest grades. This one right here sold for $7,987.50. Where the valuation gets even more crazier is when these things begin to be red, brown, and full red. All right, this one right here is a brown mid-state example, a very pleasing addition to any collection. All right, and then the last Lincoln Cent out of the group. We actually have a very tight, small group of Lincoln Cents on this Monday market report, but we got this 1918 Lincoln Wheat Cent. Coins from the teens, of course, very, very hard to find in full red. This one right here looks great. A lot of the white milkiness that you see on the screen is actually from the holder. So don't let that fool you any. That's not on the coin. That's just little scrapes and scratches on the holder. This is an older graded coin, by the way. So this one right here, MidState 67 full red, and it sold for $2,480.62. Again, really nice, pleasing coin, and you'd be hard-pressed to find anything quite like this out there with relative ease. 67 is such a high grade for a teens minted coin. It's just, I was not surprised when I saw the hammer on this one. Moving on to nickels, and we're going to start out with the 1942 Jefferson. This one is what they call a Type 1. It's a MidState 67 full steps in this retro 30th anniversary PCGS holder. It's a very nice, pleasing coin. It's a 67 full stepper. It's just very nice. It's going to go into a registry set, and this precedes the wartime silver nickels, and that's why it's called a Type 1, because this is indeed a nickel composition coin. This one sold for $1,669.50. Here's another one right here. This time it's an NGC graded 1941D Jefferson Nickel. There's a lot to love with this coin. It is fantastic. MidState 68 with 5 full steps designated on there. So it's not 6 full steps as you would see on some of the other nickels. But this one right here, just a really nice, clean example. Again, another registry set example. You wouldn't typically find these coins being added into investment type portfolios. Jefferson Nickels just isn't that sort of thing to a lot of people. Those folks usually collect some of the bigger, deeper rarities pre-1900 most of the time. But this one right here sold for $3,724.88. It's quite a bit of money. Very nice hammered strike. This is as strong and as nice as you're going to get. So here's a cool one. And this is a variety that normally is not visible with the naked eye. Okay, let's just make that perfectly clear. This is a coin in which, if you're able to find one, if you have a great magnifier, you can find out what this one's all about. So it's a 1939 Jefferson Nickel, quadrupled die reverse. Quadrupled struck. Yeah, it's fantastic. Not quadruple struck, but it's quadruple die reverse. This one is also the reverse of 1940, so it's got the stronger step design on the reverse on Monticello. This one is classified as FS 022.5 in the Cherry Picker's Guide, and this one is a MidState 67. Does not have full steps, by the way. And this one sold for $1,968.75. So there were a number of really nice high-end Buffalo nickels. We're going to go ahead and start out with the 1934D. Now, a 1934 Buffalo nickel is not particularly rare. However, the Denver minted examples of this particular date can be a huge challenge. Okay, I've never personally owned a high-grade 34D, but this one right here is a MidState 66 Plus through PCGS. It's also CAC certified, and this one right here, believe it or not, it doesn't look like a 5-figure coin. However, this one sold for $14,062.50. It just goes to show you, there's a couple kind of fair weather dates, very under the radar type of coins that normally most people wouldn't really pick up right away as being a condition rarity. This is one of those dates. I would say it's been quite some time since I've actually profiled a 34D on a market report. So it was nice to see this one. Okay, this is a hot off the presses type of coin and a true investor piece. Okay, so we have a couple Philadelphia minted 1920s dated coins. Okay, not particularly rare, but again, the grades ultimately drive the value. The secondary market value strives on top type grades for these 1920s coins. Just like any other denomination, these coins typically weren't produced with the highest quality in mind. We are talking the Great Depression age of coinage. All right, a lot of the coins were used and abused. This one right here, 1928 PCGS MidState 67, which is incredible. Philadelphia minted coin, and it sold for $3,493.12. And if you think that one's crazy, how about a 1924 Philly? Again, same boat. MidState 67. This one is really, really incredible. And in addition, it's very rare in this grade state. Again, these early to mid 1920s Buffalo nickels, it's just unheard of to see them in this state of preservation. But this one right here is sold for $15,468.75. you probably won't see another one of these for about another year. And that's how coveted they are. Okay, and then when they hit a collection, normally they're going to stay in that collection for a very long time. It might even be another 5 years before we see something quite this nice from the 1920s. Okay, so we got a few dimes in the mix, and a 1965 special mint set Roosevelt Dime is one of them. This one is an NGC graded MidState 67 Ultra Cameo. All right, so this is the replacement finish or collector coin for the normal proof sets that we saw previous to 1965. Generally, these will have a combination of a business strike and a proof. All right, normally a lot of them won't have this kind of frosty devices offset by, somewhat mirrored fields. This one right here has the best of both worlds. Ultra Cameo through NGC, and this one sold for $1,693.12. If you guys are looking to cherry pick coins quite like this, they do exist out there. You just need to know cameo-wise what to look for. This coin in hand, I can imagine, is pretty frosty. And that's just something that's you don't see that often in these SMS sets. So I'm a sucker for really nice toning on Roosevelt dimes. I own a few. Of course, we have a 49D, a little bit earlier date. This one is an NGC MidState 68 Star, which designates wild eye appeal, and it's also got a full torch. So it's got the full bands on not only the top set of bands on the torch on the reverse, but also the bottom set too. The coloring, whether you love it or hate it, I'm kind of on the fence. There's a lot of olive greens and russet browns, along with some violets and a few other earlier progression colors of toning. This one right here sold for $1,075.78. Just a peach of an all-original coin. And then we have another one right here. Pretty similar toning. I would say I'm more in love with what I see on the reverse, with that kind of like targeted bullseye olive toning on there. But this is a 1944 Mercury dime. PCGS MidState 67 Plus full bands. Also CAC certified. I want to make sure that you guys knew that. So it's got double certification. This one right here sold for $1,040.62. Again, it's an extremely common dated coin, but again, the great mixture of just original toning, whether it's like eye appeal worthy or not, in addition to the full bands and the overall grade state. Put them both together, and then you have a coin that is going to be, kind of fought after between a few bidders that really want this for their collection. So the next two are going to be surprises. It's a surprise the heck out of a lot of you, starting with the 2016 Philadelphia Theodore Roosevelt National Park Quarter. Keep in mind, this is a Philadelphia struck. A lot of them were made. You get past like 2011 and 2012, the mintages shoot way up high. But with those higher mintages comes a kind of like a forfeiture of quality. All right, we're seeing it more and more with the overproduction of these coins. We have the quote-unquote coin shortage this year, so we're seeing record amounts of the brand new National Park quarters for 2020 released. I did a video on how horrible they look. I'm like, man, you would be hard-pressed to find anything above MidState 65. So in 2016, all right, the quality wasn't that great. It's better than what it is right now. But this one right here, probably best suited for a registry set, I would imagine. Sold for $1,292.35. That should blow your mind. A coin that is barely 5 years old. From probably, in my estimation, one of the least collected kind of coins. But here you go, a Teddy Roosevelt sold for over $1,200. And then the same goes for Shenandoah, 2014 Philadelphia. Again, no one ever thought that these coins would be valuable in high grades, but this one, my friends, is a MidState 68, okay, which is a high grade, probably the top of the pop. This one right here sold for $1,445.13. Do not get in the way of the registry set participants, because they will pay a boatload of money for coins like this, so that way they could stay atop of the standings in their class. And then finally, the last coin of the Monday Market Report is a coin I've talked about before. And this is a coin that I've had much growing pains trying to locate in this kind of state, mid-state kind of condition. It's a 1969 Philadelphia. Okay, I would say it's probably the toughest modern post-1964 clad that you could find in MidState 67. But rest assured, here's one right here. PCGS graded. It's got some nice kind of like goldy toning on not only the obverse but the reverse as well. And this one sold for $2,025. That's a lot of money for this coin, but how often do you come across a really nice gem 1969? It's not like that there are just rolls upon rolls of these in existence. They just don't exist. And even if they did, you'll probably be paying a lot of money for such a roll. So something to keep in mind. There are a few dates of the 60s and early 70s that fit kind of like this group of just overall just really tough coins to find in general in mid-state condition. So anyways, that's going to go ahead and do it for the Labor Day edition of the Monday Market Report. Hopefully you guys have a wonderful rest of your 3-day weekend, as well as I. So I want to thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Hit that bell for instant notification if you haven't done so already. I'm your host, Sean, with Blue Ridge Silverhound. We have a pretty active market this week. And go ahead and check out not only Heritage Auctions signature sale coming up here in a day or two, but also Stack's Bauer's Collector's Choice. Okay, you got a couple options for you if you're looking to add that marquee piece to your collection. And check out the 150,000 subscriber video. I will be doing the announcement giveaway later this afternoon. So you guys take care. Have a wonderful day. And I will see you on the next coin video.